Well, hi there, YouTube. I've had a couple of people, I posted on Facebook about this new Elecraft KXPA100 amplifier that I picked up from my KX2. And I had a couple of people ask me some specific questions about it on various groups that I posted it on, and just thought I'd put a quick video together to show the how easy it is to set this up. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the cables you'll use to hook the radio up to the amplifier. So most of these come with the amplifier when you buy it. The first one you're going to get is I think it's called the KX accessory cable, KX3 accessory cable, which consists of this short network cable, this cable, which goes to the accessory ports on the KX3. And if you have a KX2, you'll also need to order this KX2 cable. And all it does is because you only have the one accessory jack on the KX2, it splits it off into the two. And you can't really mess this up because this is a 2.5 millimeter plug and this one's a 3.5 millimeter plug, so you cannot get it backwards. And then this is going to plug into the radio. I'm sorry, this will plug into the amplifier. This plugs into the accessory port on the KX2. So that comes with it. It's really easy to hook up. It also comes with the jumper for the antenna, so you got the BNC on the radio side and the PL259 for the amplifier side. And they throw in a power plug so you can run power to your KX2 or KX3 from the amplifier. It has two sets of power pole jacks on it. So to plug the cables in, like I was saying, the accessory connects into the control port on the amplifier. Goes in with a good click. You can run power to the radio from one of these two power pole jacks here. These are both going to go to your KX2. And then if you have the auto tuner feature built into the amplifier, which, well, I do obviously, you'll have two antenna jacks and one RF input jack. So this jumper cable, of course, goes to the RF input. Then the next step, of course, is an antenna. This jumper is not very long. I think this one might be longer. Yeah, so this jumper here goes to just a long wire antenna. I'm going to put this into jack number 1 for my actual antenna outdoors. I do have a dummy load, but I'm not going to use it. And then I have the power cord that comes with the amplifier plugged into a power supply on top of my regular radio station here, but I'm going to just plug this in here. That was good, huh? Try that again. All right, so there's, all right. Everything is now plugged into the amplifier. Now we can switch over to the radio, and I'll show you that. Okay, after you have all of your cables plugged into the amplifier, next you're going to plug the cables into the radio side. So you're going to take your accessory cable that you ordered with your amp if it's a KX2. If not, you're going to use just both of these connectors straight into the radio, but with a KX2 you're going to have to use this adapter. And that is going to go directly into your accessory port right here. Next, right next to that, you can take the power plug, which is coming off the back of the amplifier, and put that into your power port. And then last but not least, you got your antenna connection, which is the BNC side of the jumper. And that is just going to go on your BNC connector on the radio. Okay, and we are all plugged in. Connection made from the radio to the amp. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my microphone as well since I got it here. All right. Now there's a couple of things you need to, well, maybe one thing you need to do in the menu to get it up and running. So once you've got your either power supply or you're plugged into your battery for the amplifier or whatever, you turn the radio on. And the first thing you need to do so that you can operate the amplifier from the radio is in your menu, you're going to scroll over to PA mode. This is all alphabetical order. So PA mode currently is turned off. We're going to turn that on. soon as I did that, the amplifier kicked on. I'll show you that to you in a minute. So now we're in PA mode. Now, when you go into PA mode, the first thing you'll notice if you scroll down to the auto tuner settings, you will see that it's turned into auto.x. Well, auto.x means it's using an external tuner, which I have built into the KXPA100 that I purchased. Let me zoom out and then I'll show you how everything operates. All right, I'm doing all this video with my phone, so I'm sorry if I'm making a lot of noise. I'm moving around a lot, but it is what it is. All right, so with the rig set up correctly, you'll see when I turn the power on the KX2, you'll see the amp comes on. The switch is in the off position, but it's all automatic when you're using it with the KX2. So I'm going to turn the radio on. You'll see the amp pops on. And everything is done on the front screen of this radio right now. So, for example, if I want to use the tuner, with the PA mode turned on, it's going to use the tuner that's built in. So you can see if I hit ATU right now, you'll see the tuner go in the amp. Okay. That's a quick tune too. Another thing, if you can see the display, I'll do a close-up on this a little bit later. Right now I'm set at 5 watts, but as I crank this power, you can see I'm going up to 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, all the way up to 110 watts. It's actually showing the output of the amplifier, not the output of the little 10 watt or 12 watt rig here. So when you're set up to use the amplifier, it's fully integrated, and this radio operates this amplifier as if it was one piece. So I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I did buy it as the kit. The kit took me about an hour and a half to put together. It was really just assembling the parts on the back panel. The boards all come pre-soldered. Everything's good to go. You just have to install the tuner board and screw on some hardware on the back panel there and assemble the frame. I was going to video it. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't hit the record button when I built it. So sorry I missed that. But anyways, it's a pretty nice little rig. So I just realized you couldn't really see the screen too well when I was showing you the power. So for example, if you go into the power settings right now, you can see it's set to 30 watts. And as you turn it, instead of just being able to go from 0 to 10 or 12 if you're on external power, you can go from 0 to 110 watts. I'm not sure why 110. It's supposed to be a 100 watt amp. I don't really see the need to go to 110, but I guess it's kind of like, volumes go to 11. So all the way down into the same range that the amp that it runs without the amp. And actually, when you hit the 10 watt setting, you hear a relay in the amp turn on. So below 10 watts, it's just using the PA built into the KX2. As soon as you hit over 10 watts, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but here, as soon as you hit over 10 watts, you get the I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's really quiet, but yeah, it kicks the amplifier in. So, and again, like I was saying, the ATU, just like it was the internal in the radio, but it's the amplifier instead. Been very happy with it. The rest of the settings all work just like you would normally use the radio. I mean, your filters, your noise reduction, all of your filter settings are all the same. Everything else is the same. All your controls. So I can't say enough. I'm really happy. Whoops. Really happy with the KXPA100. Made several contacts on it. Got excellent signal and audio reports with it. So I guess that's a good sign. Anyways, that's it. I just wanted to throw this together. 7.3.